Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't just seriously do that. I thought I was done talking about Pokemon Unite and the way it monetizes it constantly. I thought that whole paid subscription service that barely gave you anything except renting stuff and drip-feeding gems was the top of it. No. They have proved me wrong yet again and found yet another way to monetize this game. Or should I say, update an existing way of how they monetized it. Now, to point things out, it is Pokemon Unite's 1-year anniversary, and they're celebrating with a huge, like, cake event or something with Crystal and whatnot. Which is fine. I'm not against that. That's not the reason why I'm here. But they decided to randomly just throw in just a new mechanic or something with their loot boxes right in the middle of their trailer. They talked about it for like 10 seconds and then focused on everything else. They have decided to add what is called boost emblems to this game. Now, what are boost emblems? Little tiny medallions with like jpeg pictures of Pokemon on it that have several different rarities. And when you get one, you can attach it to your Pokemon to get different status effects. You can probably see where this is going, right? Oh yeah. They have decided to make a new way to make the game pay to win. Because where can you get these boost emblems? And the only place you could get these boost emblems? Inside the energy rewards, aka the loot boxes. Oh yes! They decided to take the EA route and add paid boost to their loot boxes. So not only is it pay to win, but you're paying for shit that you don't even know what you're getting. Now, I need to make this abundantly clear before anyone's up my butt. I need to do this right now, because I know if I don't, there'll be people in the comments saying, you could just get energy rewards, you could get like 14 pulls a week for free, you don't have to spend money on these. Don't give me that. I already know that, and I know it's entirely bullshit. Yes, I get it. You can have 1400 energy, and you can have 14 pulls a week. Yeah, but did you also realize there's a 30-day limit? Yeah, like 30-day limit? I wonder how you reach those limits. Oh yeah, using AO's gems, you know, the thing you can only buy with real money. You can use those to buy more booster tanks, to refill the energy meter again, to keep making pulls to get more of these boost medals. Now, one thing that people will be up my butt about, because yes, this is true, and I have to say it. These emblems, some of them raise stats, but also simultaneously lower others. So a lot of people may be thinking that's balancing the boost emblems out. But in reality, if you're really good with defense and you don't get hit a lot, I guess that extra attack buff is actually really handy now, isn't it? So basically, these stat-enhancing items, regardless if they lower other things, it still boosts others. So while in reality it is quote-unquote balancing the boost emblems out, if a player knows how to control the Pokemon very well, especially anybody that's in like huge competitive scene, yeah, they're gonna adapt to the nerf, but focus on the buff and rack massive damage. Another thing that I have to point out is the whole color coordination with the boost emblems. God, there's like so many different things with this, it's almost confusing. It's like they try to confuse you on purpose so that way you're totally oblivious as fucking pay to win. Anyway, back to what I was saying. They have a lot of different rarities, which is gold, silver, and bronze. Obviously, if it's gold, it's way better than the bronze one. And it's all gold ones are like 2% of the time for pulls, and then a bronze one is like 88% of the time. But I know also you can also upgrade the medals by getting 3 duplicates, paying 100 coins, then moving up to the next tier, and then getting 3 duplicates of that, then moving up to the next tier. Yes, I get that. So yes, there is technically a chance of you getting a gold medal with actually getting one of the gold medals, but you still have to get a bunch of duplicates. So aside of rarity tiers, these boost emblems are also categorized in different color categories. Like, for example, there's a bunch of red ones, there's blue ones, pink ones, and depending on what color you get stacked with a certain Pokemon, you get additional benefits with no hindrances. And some of these boost emblem bonuses are absolutely insane. So if you get like 7 different yellow ones and you attach it to a Pokemon, you get like a plus 12 movement speed when you're out of combat. Which, yeah, that adds up a lot of speed over time. You'd think 12% isn't that much? Hell no, it's not. Obviously, it's out of combat, but still, if you get knocked out, you could go right back to where you were significantly faster than those who don't get it. So, I've already talked to several people before this mechanic was even released about the whole boost medal things being in the energy rewards. And every single person I've talked to always brings up, they're not real loot boxes because you have to get the energy by playing the game. I'm sorry, that argument is such bullshit. No offense to any of my friends who said that, and no offense to any of you who believe that either. But it's naive. You're blind. No offense. Let me give a prime example of what this mimics. Anyone remember Diablo Immortal? I'm pretty sure you do, right? You know how egregious that game is? Now, I'm not saying that this game is egregious as that game, but they use a similar loot box mechanic just like Diablo Immortal does with their dungeons. So basically, with Diablo Immortal, you add the legendary crests before you go on a dungeon, and then you get your reward at the end of the dungeon. But, hypothetically speaking, it's a loot box that you just have to wait to open. You have to do something first before you're able to get your reward. Does that sound familiar? This sounds a lot like Pokémon Unite, where you have to do a few matches before you're able to get your reward. AKA loot boxes. And because you can buy the ×4 booster as well for like a couple bucks in the shop, you could significantly get a lot more energy. Hell, you could even get like 1 pull per match instead of like 1 pull per 3 to 4 matches. Event tanks aside, because I'm not even counting that in this example, anybody who's free to play only gets a maximum of 14 pulls for these emblems a week. Meanwhile, anybody else who wants to put the hammer down and get as many of these medals, emblems, whatever the hell they're called, as they can in a single week, they can get as much as 210 a week if they reach the 30-day limit every single day. Significant difference now, isn't it? So basically, someone who does the 210 pulls for this upcoming week already has Pokemon that are just boosted and just significantly better. And while skill is involved, of course, because so many people give me that argument as well, it's like, well, you need to actually be good at the game. Okay, what if you're a whale that's really good at the game? Ever think of that one? Yeah. So either way, yes, it is pay-to-win loot boxes. This whole thing irks me so much. Diablo Immortal obviously is a prime example of the whole pay-to-win loot box things with the stupid gems. And yes, I get that. But Pokemon Unite is now doing the same exact thing. Not as egregiously, but the example and core mechanics is still there. Do a few games first, get your loot box later. I'm having deja vu when I talked about RuneScape, where they have 5 different ways of monetization, and people are up their ass, and then Pokemon Unite does the same thing, and then everyone's fine. And once again, it's the same thing here. Diablo Immortal, people give him shit for, and now here, same exact freaking mechanics, and everyone's giving 1,000 excuses why it's okay and not pay to win, and oh, the boosts don't do that much. It drives me crazy! Every time I think Tencent is done making this game so bad when it's monetization, they always find a way to make it even worse. When does it end? Ugh, it is way too early to be stressing out. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the friggin' morning to make this damn video. Oh, and I need a coffee. Second thought. Yeah, Duncan's. I want to order 1 box of Joe, please. For 1. Yeah, I know it feeds 10 people. This is an emergency.